Hello everyone, this is AndresRestart, and today's video, well, this is going to probably be a bonus video. I had a whole other video planned for later today, but I'm going to put this out now very quickly and give you my immediate thoughts on this confirmation of this theory we've been talking about over the last few weeks or so, that a lot of people are saying, no, it's a backpack, no, it's a motorcycle. No, what it is, and what it always made sense to be, was Star Fox. Yes, that's right, Star Fox has been confirmed in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. This is not a drill. This is the real, absolute thing. And yes, I absolutely do believe this is just the beginning, as we've been theorizing. This is the beginning of a big push for Star Fox, very similar to the way Nintendo put out a big push for Donkey Kong. We saw it first with the movie. There was the redesign. They had posters for him. He was a big part to the cast. And eventually there was a Donkey Kong Park expansion, there was Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, then there was a big, epic, awesome Donkey Kong Bonanza, which we still theorize is made by a part of the Odyssey team, a new team, because they'll be making Donkey Kong consistently moving forward forevermore. And something similar may be happening with Star Fox here. So, before getting into it, please subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. We're aiming towards this goal, so if you haven't already, and you enjoy my videos, you know what to do. But here you go. Here's the official announcement. This is the official Super Mario Galaxy movie Twitter account. Notice the gold check mark. This is the official Twitter. This is it. This is the real thing. And here is the tweet. There's the poster, the beautiful, beautiful poster. Let's rock and roll. Fox McCloud joins the Super Mario Galaxy movie, only in theaters, April 1st. Get tickets now. And so here is the beautiful poster with the new design for Star Fox. What you'll notice here, remember how we talked about how there was a coat like this in this shape? Remember how we talked about how there was a blaster to the side? Remember how we saw the boots that would have a little bit of a red that matched the Star Fox design? The gray, silver with the green? That little quick frame, we saw that there. And it was exactly what we thought it was. This was what always made the most sense, even though it seemed crazy. This is what the evidence pointed towards, and this is what it is. Star Fox is back, and by Star Fox, yes, I mean Fox McCloud, but what do you think that means? Fox McCloud means Star Fox as a whole is back. And notice something else really cool here. The monkey, that's from Mario, but the R-Wing. The R-Wing, the beautiful R-Wing. I mean, is that an R-Wing? Yeah, it is the R-Wing. For a moment, I was like, oh, is that maybe the Landmaster? But no, you can see it's hovering. Yeah, there is the beautiful R-Wing right behind Star Fox. Clearly Star Fox here. And by Star Fox, yes, Fox McCloud is coming in to help save the day. He's going to be alongside Toad, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Peach to help save, presumably, Rosalina from Bowser Jr., what have you, and Bowser. Like, this is what's going on here. Star Fox is involved. I'm sure we will be seeing the other characters here. Another theory I've put out there, and I want to remind people of this. The scarf, the red scarf, where do you think Captain Toad gets the red scarf from? From his inspiration, Fox McCloud, the leader of the Star Fox team. Here it is, my friends. It's happening. Oh, man. And he looks great. I love the new design. What's really interesting about it, and then first off, like, okay, so we look at, for example, the render of Star Fox from Star Fox Zero, and that's a nice looking render, and it's almost going for a very kind of like gritty, a little bit of a look there. This is not going for that, right? This is, I mean, there's definitely a similar level of detail, but it's done in a more brighter, colorful kind of way that's matching the Mario universe. And I think it's very curious. Like, I like this look. It's very sporty. And, you know, it definitely gets me thinking, you know, if this is maybe Star Fox's new design, what's that going to entail in the future? Like, I see this face. It looks so expressive. I can guarantee you almost, I can't actually guarantee you, but my belief from the way this is being depicted, this is going to be a very, very expressive character here, as all the characters are in the Mario Galaxy movie, but it definitely has me wondering about the future. We go back to the Donkey Kong stuff. Donkey Kong saw a redesign, and now with the Switch 2, we've seen modern Donkey Kong in the Mario Tennis game. Mario Tennis Fever. We've seen Donkey Kong in Mario Kart World, and obviously Bonanza. And what you'll notice is that Donkey Kong is far more expressive here. We go back to Mario Wonder. It came out in 2023. That was the Mario game that came out to follow the Mario movie. And from that, we noticed that all the characters there were far more expressive, which I do think is in line with this new generation of representing Nintendo characters in the movies. These characters, Nintendo's IP, are the most important asset to Nintendo. The characters are what sell the games. So putting out the movies really pushes these characters, really gets these characters in the hearts of many, which will then in turn help the games. And so I think the idea is moving forward is that Nintendo is going to showcase these characters more so, make them very expressive, and so I think this extends far beyond just the movie. I think there is a game. I've been in belief that a Star Fox game is not that far off, perhaps next year, maybe the year after. I think that's the longest we have to wait personally, like 2028, but I wouldn't be totally shocked if it's announced this year, but my bet is 2027, and I do think there's going to be a big epic game. Donkey Kong Bonanza was a big epic game. I expect a similar level of effort here for Star Fox on the Switch 2, and it's just going to be such an amazing, exciting time. And listen, this is huge. It has so many implications here. Like, one, I've already pointed out that this has implications for the character of Captain Toad, but this also has implications for other inclusions. Like, we talked about the Pikmin element, right? That was part of the theory. We saw that they were including Pikmin in Mario Wonder alongside Rosalina. We saw that Chris Meledandri, if I said his name correctly, was teasing something very small, like physically small, and something very big. I theorized the very small thing was Pikmin. Pikmin were confirmed shortly afterwards, and I theorized the big thing would be Fox and Cloud, and that has now been confirmed. But I think this comes with an implication. We've also seen that Rob is in the movie, so we have Pikmin, Rob, and now Fox and Cloud from Star Fox in the Mario movie. This is set up for more. This is set up to really expand the Nintendo universe, and yes, it absolutely opens the door for not only a new Star Fox movie, maybe a Pikmin movie, possibly, of some kind, and yeah, a Super Smash Brothers movie. It may seem crazy, but listen, Marvel, extremely successful. They rely on their characters. People fall in love with their characters. People want to see movies and play games about their characters. And these characters interact with each other across their movies, and they all culminate into the Avengers movies, which have them all. I really don't think it's that crazy to think that Nintendo would want to emulate that, because it would boost the brand awareness for all their characters, in turn leading to more sales in the movies, and the games, and the hardware, and all that stuff, the merchandising. And yeah, eventually give us a Smash Bros. Movie that has Fox McCloud, that has Donkey Kong, that has obviously all of Mario's friends, that has the Pikmin. I know there's going to be the live-action Zelda movie, so that wouldn't quite fit with this style, but that doesn't mean they can't transfer that style for the Smash Bros. Movie. They'll find a way. I mean, I look at it kind of similar to the Spider-Man situation. Technically, Sony works with the Spider-Man movies, which is outside of the rest of the Marvel movies, but they still found a way to include Spider-Man. Now, obviously, there is a difference in stylistic choice there, because that's all live action, but they can make it work. Also, with Zelda, there are so many different iterations of Link. They could just choose a different iteration of Link to include in the Smash Bros. Movie and the crossover movies in the Mario universe that are using the more animated approach as opposed to live action. So there's plenty of options there. So this bodes extremely well for the future of Nintendo movies with their different characters. I mentioned the game stuff. My fear right now, and this one is not like where I think there's like a lot of evidence to back it up, so I wouldn't put this in the same confidence level as Pikmin and Fox and Cloud being in the Mario Galaxy movie, but I do think it's really curious that Ubisoft, a company that pretty typically has at least one, if not two exclusives available early on for Nintendo consoles, hasn't announced one yet for Switch 2. And the Switch 2, we're seeing the best third-party support ever, or at least in decades. So if there was a time to support Nintendo more so with a big exclusive from them, it would be now, not in prior generations when they've given us things like Zombie U, Red Steel, Mario Rabbids, Rayman Raving Rabbids. All of that stuff they've put out early on into console generations, but nothing so far for Switch 2. We saw what they did with Starlink Battle for Atlas, how they include the Star Fox content. I think in there is tech to make a really good game. Of course, I think Nintendo would need to be involved, add that level of polish and personality that a Nintendo game would need, especially a huge Star Fox resurgence, but I'm just saying, I feel like there's a strong possibility there. I don't necessarily think they should make an open Star Fox game. I think they should go for something a little bit more dense, but I do think the idea of offering more exploration would definitely be a good thing to do for Star Fox. And I don't just mean within the R-Wing. I actually think maybe going mobile, kind of looking at what they did with Star Fox Adventures, looking at what they did with Star Fox Assault. You look at this new design for Fox McCloud, looks very sporty. Again, featuring the characters. I think there is definitely something to that idea. You know, yesterday I was on Nintendo Prime's podcast, and a conversation that came up was Metroid struggling sales, and we kind of talk about what that may be. And Metroid Prime 4 is in first person, and all the Metroid Prime games are in first person. And while I love first person gameplay, the issue with first person gameplay, a lot of Nintendo fans aren't all about first person gameplay. And typically what we have seen is that games that really showcase the characters, people that fall in love with the characters, tend to perform better, especially in Japan, where Metroid really suffers. And so an idea that propped up is, well, what if Metroid Prime went third person? Now, my thinking on this would be not so much that they get rid of first person, but they kind of do a little bit of what Capcom recently did with Resident Evil Requiem. So the Resident Evil series has the third person over the shoulder gameplay, and it also has games that fully feature first person gameplay. And in Requiem, they combine both styles. It's recommended you play as Grace in first person and then with Leon in third person, but you actually have the option to swap it either way. And so I played the way the game is intended. I'm comfortable with first person gameplay, but I noticed a lot of people just opted to play as Grace in third person, even though it was recommended otherwise. Capcom gave people that option, and a lot of people who are not comfortable with first person enjoyed the game because of it. I think Retro Studios should design the next Metroid Prime with this in mind. They should go all in with a first person and a third person mode, very similar to Requiem, allow the option to switch through. And what I think that will lead to is more demonstration of the character and more comfort with seeing the character playing as a character, and thus hopefully helping the Metroid series to sell a bit better. And, you know, I look at Star Fox, and I think there's a little bit of a similar issue here. Star Fox has also struggled to sell at times, and the thing about Star Fox gameplay, well, it's mostly inside an R-Wing, so you rarely get to see the character. And so redesigning Star Fox to still have R-Wing and Landmaster gameplay, let's be clear, that's an important key part to Star Fox, but evolving the series to also include more third-person action-adventure elements, I think that would be big for the series. Definitely not like a Star Fox Adventures ratio where it's like, hey, you get to play as the R-Wing for a few minutes twice in the beginning and the end. No, like it has to be like definitely a lot of R-Wing and Landmaster gameplay, 50-50 or 60-40, I don't know. But point is, you still retain that Star Fox essence, but you also give us a little bit more that shows off the character, shows the expressiveness, have a little bit of a stylistic story. Something where we can see the beautiful animations of Fox McCloud's face and his friends, Peppy, Slippy, Falco, and more. At this point, I'm just rambling off different ideas that I find relevant about this. Again, this is supposed to be a quick video today. I am planning another one, but this is just such a cool, exciting, big moment. It's just so awesome. They put out an actual poster. Like, I thought that they might share Fox McCloud being in the movie with the last Mario Galaxy movie direct. They opted to not do that, and it kind of felt a little bit like a nothing burger, gotta be real with you. Although when you account for the website updates and the reveal of Rob on the website, it was a bigger deal. We had already seen Wart with the prior poster. We got to see him actually like in the trailer, but it wasn't like a big moment either. This is a big moment, and they haven't shown any footage of it last I checked. So it's just his poster for now. But the movie's coming out in just a few short days, and we're gonna see Star Fox. I feel pretty good about my Captain Toad theory here, how Fox McCloud will be figured into that. And I do want to point something else out. I'm not going to spoil it here, but there's another theory that I have discussed multiple times regarding the Mario Galaxy movie, and well, there are things out there that suggest that I was on the money. I'll just say that. Don't look into it if you don't want to be spoiled, but there are other things going on about the movie that have been leaked due to ratings boards and things of that nature. So we'll see if that's 100% accurate. Maybe there's some room for misinterpretation there. But yes, I'm excited for the movie. The movie's gonna be a big deal. Fox McCloud is back, and yeah, you can believe it. This is just the beginning. There will be a big game. I am super, super, super confident in this one. I can't guarantee when it will be announced. I can't guarantee when it will come out, but I do feel really good about saying that Fox McCloud will be starring in a Star Fox game exclusive for Nintendo Switch 2 at some point. That I feel really good about, and I don't think it's far off. And yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo finds a way to allow us to play Star Fox Assault, Star Fox Adventures through Nintendo GameCube Classics. That would be nice. Some people might call for a Star Fox Zero port. Personally, I would like to forget that one, but I do really like Star Fox Guard. So if they end up including Star Fox Zero, it would be nice to revisit Star Fox Guard as well. But this is the future, my friends. Fox McCloud is back, and I'm so hyped. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. I'll see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.